Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Howdy, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Monday evening, August 1st. Wow, the summer is flying by. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you flourish as a trader. And we do that by teaching you how to use our proprietary trading indicators that are highly accurate. And we teach you using personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most effective and efficient way to learn. We help you learn faster, and we help you learn to a deeper level of understanding. With our indicators, we have a dozen different indicators. The one I'm going to be using tonight is something called the 10-point trade off of the 1-hour chart. And before we get started, what I want to do is we need to listen to this guy. So let's go ahead and do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about our program is we do these live trades every day, and we do them multiple times a day. When you are a member, we do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. It's usually a little scalp trade. We do another trade at 6 p.m., which is a long-term trade. And then at 10 p.m., we are trading Australia pairs. Generally, that's a 10 plus pip trade. We have got continuous training on Wednesdays and Saturdays, in addition to the one-on-one training that we give you. I work off of a little checklist before I come online. I like to make sure I restart everything. It is good habit to restart the green chart every day, turn it on, turn it off. And then I also make sure my MetaTrader 4 is connected. At the end of every day, I like to review my trade activity, specifically the trades that didn't go the way I wanted them to go. This is a long-term journey. We're making incremental improvements as we go along. And I am looking, when I make a bad trade, the indicators are generally very accurate. If I don't make a trade, I want to go back and try to figure out why. So it's worthwhile spending some time. As we are technical traders, we're trading off of the price action. We want to know what news is out there that might also impact currency pairs. And we figure one of the best places I've found to see that news is on forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. yellow, which is a low impact, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. So red ones I want to watch out for. And ideally, I want to be out of a red trade 2 hours before the event so that there's no leakage where information starts to leak and the information is causing the currency pair to move outside what the indicator would suggest. So tonight we've got some news coming up on the Australian dollar at 12:30, which is 6 hours from now. Any trade we are to take, I'm hoping we're going to be done well, but within the next 3 hours. So we shouldn't hit this number. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., there's some sort of jobs posting. So with that, let us go ahead and start trading. We've got nothing to really worry about. So the chart I am going to start with is something called the Light 6 Major, which is one of the standard charts. I trade off of a 1 hour candle primarily. On a 1 hour candle, I can expect a move of anywhere from 5 to 35 pips within the course of that hour. So, and my sweet spot is a 10, 11 pip trade. So with that, let's start with the Australian USD. I start with the middle part of the chart, which is the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray is the minor indicator. I am looking for situations where these lines are either above the blue horizontal line is the overbought line and pointing down, or below the red and pointing up. And my goal is to try to get a move from one end of the channel, from the oversold to the overbought, or from the overbought to the oversold. So right now we are just approaching overbought territory. So, and the lines are all going up. So nothing there. Same with the Euro USD. We are approaching overbought, and so I'm not going to take a trade on that. Now the trade I sent out tonight as the daily trade setup was a 10 pip buy on the Euro USD. So if you haven't taken that yet, you still have time to take that, and check the email to get the stop loss. Pound USB. Majors were oversold, started going up, but the minors were overbought and are coming back. So we don't have agreement in the directions here. I want everybody pointing the same way. The goal on this trade is to get at least 7 out of the 10 lines going in the same direction, and it starts with what these guys in the middle are doing. USD Canadian, again, we're in the middle of the channel, and we don't have agreement on direction. USD Swiss franc, we touched oversold, but the majors are going sideways. USD yen, we are oversold and everybody's going down. Oversold and everybody's going down. Can I get 10 pips when we're oversold and everybody's going down? Yes, that is possible. But it's a higher risk trade. I want to find the setup that minimizes my risk. And I only need a couple trades a day, so I'm going to wait till I see my setup. Can I get 10 pips when this happens? Sure. But it's not as good a trade as if I can find all of these moving up. So what I've done is I've cloned this chart. I've got a second chart with non-US pairs. Euro pound. Overbought. Everybody's going down. And I have a double cross here. So this is actually the beginning of a good setup. And in fact, if you notice, if you can see, it's entered the channel. The green line isn't quite halfway. And I am going from less steep on the green line to more steep. So that is good. This is a nice setup. My only issue with this right now is that it's nighttime in both of these markets. So in England, it's midnight, and in Europe, it's 1 to 2 in the morning. So I like to trade when I'm trading off of a 1-hour chart when one of these are in the daytime. So even though this is the beginning of a good setup, I'm not going to continue to analyze it because I'm not going to take a trade off of a 1-hour chart when neither of these are daytime. Australian dollar yen, we're oversold, and we don't have agreement between the majors and the minors. Euro Canadian dollar, we're in the middle of the channel again. We don't have agreement. Australian New Zealand dollar, everybody's kind of sideways here, so nothing there. Pound yen oversold. Everybody's going up, and I have the double cross. Green is crossed over red. The gray is crossed over the black. So I have 3 points here. I like, well, actually I don't. Now this is going sideways. The minors are going sideways versus up. I want everybody going up. Everybody going up increases my chance of a good trade. And now the minors have gone sideways, or the majors have gone sideways too. So we're going to pass. Euro, Australian dollar, everybody's going down, and we're just approaching oversold. So again, let's go on to the next group of 3. Oversold going down. Euro New Zealand dollar, we don't have agreement on the indicators. Pound New Zealand dollar. We're oversold. Everybody's going up. I do have the double cross, so I got 3 points here. I would like to see the green line steeper than it is. It's about maybe 45 degrees, maybe a little less in terms of slope. But I have 3 points here, so that's the beginning of my setup. So this is telling me to buy. When I have 3 points here, I'm going to then jump up to my TNTs and count how many lines are consistent with this. So the 2 orange lines are going up. That's 2 points. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going down, that means buy. So here I've got the third point, 3, the 2 oranges and the dotted blue telling me to buy. I need at least 3 here, 3 or 4. So I've got 3. Then I'm going to jump down to the pressure, and I want the lines either going up or the green line on top. I have got sideways pressure with the red line on top. So I do not have a point here. I want to have a point here, 3 points here, and at least 3 points here to get the 7 points. I don't have that yet. So I am going to pass. What I do like about the pressure, though, now you might even argue it is up pressure. Looks like the red line is going up and the green line is going up. So maybe we can argue that this is very weak up pressure. All right, let's assume that it is very weak. I guess they are going up now. While we've been talking, when we started talking, this red line was horizontal. Now it is going up, and the green line is going up. So on the pound New Zealand dollar, once I have the once I find my setup, which is a minimum of 7 points from each section, a minimum of 7 points with a point from each section, I now want to confirm the trade. I want to confirm the setup. And how I'm going to confirm the setup is I'm going to look on a 2 and 4 hour chart. So let's pull up a chart. So this chart, instead of having multiple different currency pairs, has just one pair, but different time periods. So a 2 minute, a 30 minute, a 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. I want to take a look at the 2 and the 4 hour for the Great Britain pound NZD. So what I am looking for, so this is the signal we were just looking at. What I want to see is I want on the 2 hour and the 4 hour, I want them to both be oversold also. Here, we're overbought. Minors are coming down, majors are going sideways. And here on the 4 hour, we've got disagreement. Minors are still going up. They're touching the overbought. Minors are started to come down. I want these all oversold. And the reason I want that is if we're oversold here and say this weakens, I'll pick up the trade off of the 2 or the 4 hour, even though these may be oversold and not going up yet. If they're oversold, eventually they're going to go up. And what that'll mean is I just have to wait longer for my trade to execute. But right now I got the 2 hour going up, or the 1 hour going up, and the 2 hour going down. So they're contradicting each other. So with that contradiction, I don't want to take the trade. So let us keep going and see what else we can find. And here we go. All right. New Zealand dollar pound. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross, 3 points. I like the green line here is gone from less steep to more steep, and the line is greater than 45 degrees on the angle here. So I've got 3 points. I'm going to jump up here. 2 orange lines going up, the thick orange and the thin orange. The 2 blue lines coming down. So I've got all 4 telling me buy, supporting this. And then when I drop down to the pressure, I've got down pressure, but the green line is crossed over. It's on top of the red, and the lines are diverging. They're separating from one another. So this is telling me this is about to roll, but I've got the green line on top. So now I've got 8 points here. NZD JPY. Let's then confirm the setup. We're going to confirm the setup by going to the full chart. And I'm going to change the symbol to NZD JPY. NZD JPY. All right, so this is the setup that we were just looking at on the 1 hour chart. Here on the 2 hour chart, oversold, minors are going up, majors are going sideways. And on the 4 hour chart, minors are oversold, majors are just entering into the oversold. So on this, everybody's oversold basically. These guys are still pointing down, but I'm comfortable where they're at. Everybody's oversold. So if for some reason this weakens, we'll catch it off of a 2-hour, even though or the 4-hour, even though these haven't quite turned up yet. So let's save this. Once I confirm the setup, which we just did, I want to figure out what's the trade worth. And to figure out what the trade is worth, I want to see the kind of a little bit greater run of the what's the trend and where's the support and resistance. So I'm going to do that off of a chart with just the candlesticks. Oops. I'm sorry. That's something else. That's a day chart. Let's go here. I don't want all of this stuff on there. I just want a clean chart. All right, so we are going to put in the NZD JPY. NZD JPY. All right, so we're pretty clearly trading into a downtrend. You could argue it's one big downtrend, or we had a downtrend that kind of stabled off and it's down again. So I want to know what that is, because if we're taking a buy trade into a downtrend, I'm going to take less pips because I don't want to trade against the trend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this together a little bit to draw my support and resistance lines. So I have a few more data points. All right, you see it stopped in here a little bit, stopped over here, stopped in here, stopped in here, also in here. On support and resistance, on the Euro USD, these tend to be about 30 pips apart. And I want to know where these are because I want to get in and out of the trade. And the prices seem to naturally move to these support and resistance levels and then stop a little bit. And I want to know where they are so I can create my trading around them. I don't want to, if I'm going to trade through a support and resistance, the chances are the trade's going to take longer to execute because the price is going to stop when it hits that line. And what had happened at some point, there was either a lot of buying or selling that went on, and then the direction changed. So there's a lot of people hanging there that are looking to get out of their trades. And when it gets there, they start dumping. So it makes the price stay there a little longer. So like right in here, it stopped. It stopped in here. It's stopped in here. It stopped in here. Let's get one underneath. So right here, it kind of touched. Right in here, it's touching. Right in here, it's touching. So now that we've got these support and resistance, let's open this back up so we can kind of take a little bit better look at it. And I want to know how much room I have until I hit this line. So we've got roughly 14 pips, 13 pips up. And 19 pips down, 14 pips up and 19 pips down. Um, mm-hmm. Let's go back and take a look at the signal one more time. I'm going to save this. I think we can take a 10 pip buy on this. We're going to take a little bit less. So let's open up our MetaTrader 4. Or you can do it in the simulator. I am going to, I don't have, let's see, NZD JPY. I don't have that chart open, so I'm going to go to File, New Chart. And then I'm going to go down to this third guy, NCD JPY. I'm going to switch it over to the 1 hour chart. We got a 3.5 pip, a 3 pip spread. 3 pip spread is kind of a lot. Ooh, 3 pip spread is kind of a lot. So what that means is we've got to pay, the price has to move 3 pips before we get to break even. And for a 5 pip trade, there's no way I would take it. But I guess for a 10 pip trade, we're paying a third. We're going to go ahead and take it, but we are paying a lot for this trade. So I'm going to go to the second row, new order. It pops up this box. My volume is going to be a function of how much is in my account. This is a demo account. It is there's $6,700 in there. So 0.67. Actually, I'm going to make it 0.68 because I'm going to round up. I'm just moving this decimal place over 4 spots, and I am going to click buy. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or the take profit right yet. I just want to get in on it. It's recorded it. Once it records it, I am going to right click anywhere on the order and go to modify. We're going to put in 11 pips versus 10 pips to try to cover a little of that spread. When I put that in there and I click the copy as button, it does the math for me. So I've got 110 in here and 350 in here. So we'll do basically a 3 times stop loss. Let us take a look. Now, normally on the New Zealand, anything New Zealand, it bounces around a lot. If I were trading this on my own, I might use a little higher stop loss to give it room to breathe. But we are outside of where it's traded at in the last, let's see, hasn't traded down there for a long time. So we've got a take profit of 88.445, and a take profit of 88.445, and a stop loss of 82.985. Stop loss of 82.985. Take profit of 83.445. Stop loss of 82.985. I will expect this to close within the next 3 hours. If you wanted to be a little more conservative, if you take a look where this candle is, we might consider pulling the take profit down to just where it touches this. But I think we'll be okay because we're touching a candle from a couple hours ago. Okay, gang. Thank you for being here. We will reconvene tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Our goal is to make you wildly successful currency traders. If you have questions, either schedule time with your coach or schedule time with me. You can schedule time with me off the website at forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. All right, so we will see you tomorrow morning. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.